Hi everyone, welcome to Strength and Release. My name is Kelly. This is my husband Matt, and we're excited to practice with you this morning. We are going to be rolling through a combination of some myofascial release for your muscles, some strengthening, and then some stretching. Some of it's going to look a little bit like yoga, some of it's going to look a little bit like strength training, some of it will look a little bit like relaxing. Yay. So we're actually going to start our practice today on our mats on our back. So if you could please make your way to your mat. I love the idea of growing up from the earth. So we start first with our bodies fully resting on the mat, allowing your breath to just return to normal. Just find a nice natural breath. We're going to let our legs fall out to the side, let our shoulders reach the mat, and just take note of how your body feels directly connected to the floor. Take a couple of deep breaths, inhaling from the pelvic floor all the way up through your body, engaging the core, through your head, and then exhaling back out, all the way back down and out your toes. A couple more times. Paying attention to how that air and that breath moves through your body from the very bottom to the very top. With each exhale, you're allowing your shoulders to fall deeper into the mat. Releasing yourself to the earth, but also focusing on how it feels to have control in your core. So on the next inhale, think about engaging from the very bottom of your pelvic floor all the way up, engaging all the way up through your breath, feeling that core engaged. I'm sorry, you can stay down. I'm just showing that. And then releasing it all out. This time we're going to add arms. So we're pulling our hands all the way up toward the sky, overhead, feeling how your arms and your shoulders on the back touch the mat. Bringing those hands down. So inhale, hands up toward the sky, and exhale, hands back down. Good work. Now we're going to go ahead and bring one knee into your chest. Both feet are active, grabbing on your knee gently. So we're looking for a stretch of that top knee, pulling in toward your chest, and extension of that bottom leg as you push your heel out toward the other side of the room. You're feeling that engagement in the core. Feel that core light up. And then with excellence in the core, with a nice strong foundation there, we're going to go ahead and switch those legs. Pressing that other leg out toward the other side of the room. Pulling that knee in. And switch. We're going to slowly speed up, if that makes sense. So we're going to speed up these switches, keeping that excellence in your core, getting that strength and stretch at the same time. Switch on the exhale. Feeling that fire in your belly. Feeling those hips start to open up, just stretch them out. And then bring both knees into your chest. Gently rock and roll. Side to side, forward and back. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly roll up to a seated position. We're going to roll over onto all fours, finding yourself in table position. Palms under shoulders, knees under hips. Finding a nice neutral belly. So making sure that we're pulling up in the belly button to spine. Finding a nice neutral core, shoulders are back and away from your ears. You're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg lift. So take that right arm, press it out toward the front of the room, and your left leg presses towards the back of your room. Now check in here with a couple of spots. We want to make sure your foot in the back is active and your toe is pressing down to the earth. That top hand is active, but your shoulder is pulled back into its spot. Yes, we don't want to be pulling out, we want to be pulled back in, making a nice little rectangle out of this part of your body. And with excellence, hold, and switch. Deliberate, strong movements engaging from the core. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Same thing, shoulder in the back pocket, active hands, heels to the back of the room, toes facing the mat. Very good. Pulling up, belly button to spine, and then release. And switch. This time, while we're here, we're going to add in some dynamic movement. So you're holding tight, find your stability. Then, with that belly button pulled up to the core, elbow to knee, Slowly bringing that knee to elbow and pressing it back out. Now, the most important thing here is that you pull up in that belly button. As your elbow comes to your knee, you're holding tight in the core. Very good. And push back. And then, perfect. Heel to the back of the room. And do that 4 times on each side. If you start to flail your arms and legs, you're not using those muscles as much as you could be. And our goal is deliberate actions, the movements that stem from the core. Good work. And switch it up, other side. Active hands, shoulders in the back pockets. Find your stability first before you start to move. Then 4 times on each side. Notice that one might be a little tougher than the other. That's okay. Always return back to that core. Pulling up in the belly button. Use your breath. Good work. Coming back to that tabletop position, we're going to tuck our toes under. Make sure your palms are under your shoulders. We're just going to gently come up off the ground with a control in that core, pulling your knees up about 1 inch off the earth. Find some stability there. Hold, hold, hold. And then return those knees to the ground. We'll do that 2 more times. Come on up. As we're doing this, note how your toes, your feet, your knees, your hips, your palms, everything feels on the earth. Because after we do our rolling, come on up, we are going to feel a little bit different. And release. This time, as we come up, inch off the ground, we're going to shift that tailbone to the back of the room. Find your downward facing dog. Releasing some of that pressure in your palms, shoulders away from ears, big toe, little toe, even on your mat. So as you gaze back at your feet, try to make that big toe, little toe even across and your heels reach for the earth. Maybe you pedal your feet, find a little stretch there in your hamstrings. And from here, we're going to shift into a plank. Coming forward into your plank, palms under your shoulders. And pull those shoulder blades up toward the side. Pull belly button to spine. Squeeze those glutes super tight. Heel to the back of the room. And then switch back to your downward dog. Now, do this with your breath as you feel comfortable. Now, that doesn't mean fast. It means nice, slow, controlled movements. Shifting that tailbone to the back of the room. And stretch. And coming forward. I love this movement because it gives you this feeling of grit and grace. You're strong, you're confident, you're pulling back, you're relaxed, you're calm. And sometimes in life, we require both simultaneously. Stopping back in that downward facing dog. We're going to go ahead and lift the right leg. Pressing all the way into that lower left leg. Your right leg is up. Active heel, pressing toward the back of the room. Toes face the ground so your hips are square. I always say if your hips were headlights, your headlights would be facing your mat, not out toward the side of the wall. Keep those legs facing down. Then we're going to bring one knee into your elbow. So bring that right knee into your elbow and press back. 3 times. And press. 1 more time. Nice and slow and controlled, and then drop that leg. Finding your down dog again, switch to the other side. Lifting that left leg, good work. Heel faces the back of the room, toe down, good. Bring that knee into your elbow and push back out. You can go left elbow, right elbow, doesn't matter. Whatever feels good for your body, push it back out. Keeping that strength in the core. 1 more time, pull in. And then push back out. Good work. Lowering that leg. Are we nice and warm now? Let's go ahead and lower those knees. Come back into a child's pose. Your knees can be together or they can be apart. Whatever feels good for your body today in your practice. Let's make this an active child pose. So you're reaching your heels for your glutes for your heels. Your fingertips are reaching toward the front of your mat. And your underarms are reaching for the mat at the same time. So we're getting that stretch in your lats, pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Give yourself a tiny break. So if you didn't already, because I forgot to mention it at the beginning, even though we warned you before we were going to do this, I forgot to mention at the beginning. If you have a golf ball, lacrosse ball, tennis ball, a therapy ball, or even a full water bottle, we're going to use those and do a little bit of rolling on our body. If you have a foam roller, even better. For quads, we're going to roll our feet. Then we're going to roll our calves, and then we're going to roll our quads, and then we're going to do some of these things again. And what we're going to find is that our muscles are gonna feel a little different after we do some myofascial release and release that fascia and get our muscles moving better. So the reason we do this is because it allows us to get a better foundation and grounding into the earth when we do things like a lunge, so that our feet feel more connected to the earth and in line the way we want them to be. So go ahead and make your way up, grab a water if you need it, and grab whatever ball you would like to use for your feet. So for us, that's gonna be our lacrosse ball that we use here at the studio. So I'm gonna guide you through this. This is partially, the most important thing about this is that you listen to your body and that you go with what feels good for your body at any given time. So we're gonna roll all the way all over the bottom of your foot. So right now we're just going up and down, listening to what your feet are telling you, starting to ease into it more. So if you're putting kind of 30% of your body weight on that ball, maybe you start to go, okay, I can do a little more. If you're type A like me and your first reaction to this is, take a breath, shoulders away, put all of your weight in that bottom foot and relax your shoulders. You want to have control over this at all times, gently kneading those muscles and the fascia, not pounding them. Now, if you can go ahead and ground your heel, big toe, little toe, all the way across the big toe, little toe bulge. We're just looking for sort of digging into that feeling. For some of you, this will feel like a lot. For some of you, this feels like pins and needles. So listen to your body and what it's telling you. Lean into discomfort, lean away from pain. Always breathing, always keeping those shoulders back, controlled. And the rest of your body, you're calm. Then we're gonna move down into sort of the middle of the foot, between the big toe bulge and your top of your base of your heel, up and down, up and down. And again, we can start to really knead into this with effort. Hold back. How's that feel for you?
It hurts.
Yeah. Lean into discomfort, lean away from pain. We're going up and down, almost as if you're painting between your big toe and your heel, your middle toe and your heel, your baby toe and your heel. Then we're gonna go ahead and plant your big toe, little toe on the earth, making sure you're keeping your knee back so that we don't get into hurting our knee. We wanna keep back and in control in our core. We're gonna go across the back of the heel. Now, for those of you who may have a golf ball, you're gonna feel this a lot more, right? The harder the ball and the smaller the ball, the more it's digging in. I get crunchies in here. Crunchies?
No.
Real crunchy in here, and you can kind of feel it digging out. Make sure, again, you don't get so deep into it that you're moving your knee and possibly hurting yourself. Yeah. You get to it eventually. And if the moving feels uncomfortable for you in your knee, you can always stop, plant big toe, little toe, and just press gently into the ball in different spots. That takes out the movement of the knee and still gets some of that crunchies out of there. So now all the way up and down that foot, roll it all around, and then gently place that ball aside because it will try to roll away from you. And then step back on your mat, and let's just find a nice strong standing pose. Grounding big toe, little toe into the earth, heel into the earth, standing up tall, zipping up your core, crown of the head toward the sky, shoulder blades back and down. Now that we're here, take note. How does your body feel from the very bottom of your feet all the way up on each side? Take note if the foot you just rolled feels like your big toe, you press a little bit more into the earth. If maybe your arch on one side is a little smaller because you're able to actually feel the earth underneath of you. Take note of what that does to your knee and the rest of your chain all the way up, because that's why we do this. Let's inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold, shift those hips back, and just rest here for a second. Allowing the crown of your head to fall toward the earth. Maybe you grab onto your elbows, rock a little bit, feel that stretch in your hamstrings, and just notice again how this foot feels in comparison to the other. And then slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders back and down, and let's do the other side, because we want to be even. Give our body a fighting chance at the strength exercises we're gonna do. So again, starting on that left leg now, left foot, or the other one, whichever one you haven't done yet. We're gonna roll it all the way around. Take note, listen to what your body's telling you. Are there any spots that need some attention? Keep breathing. Check in with that bottom leg. Make sure it's feeling okay, stable. Make sure your knee's back over your ankle. And then whenever you're ready, ground that heel, big toe, little toe, all the way across. Now at home, you may be tempted to skip this stuff because you're watching us going, trust me, this is super valuable, and you'll be really glad you did it. If we continue to exercise our body without allowing it to work itself out, then when we do those things, our alignment will be all off, and that's when we create injury. So we want to make sure we're giving our body what it needs before we ask a lot of it. So going up and down now, big toe bulge down to your heel. Continue to breathe, continue to check in on that bottom leg. And then when you're ready, big toe, little toe, ground, and keeping that knee back, rotate on the heel. You can press into the ball too if you want to take out that knee. Crunchies are normal. Pain you want to run away from. Gently pull back a little bit. And then all the way up and down the foot. Now, if at any time you feel like you need more in one of these things, go with it. I'm just here to guide you, give you some suggestions, but if your body's telling you you're not done here, continue. We're gonna go ahead and place that ball to the side. If that's all you have, if you have one ball, you can use that for these next exercises. They're just gonna be a little more pointed and getting into those muscles, so it might feel a little more uncomfortable. Ooh, yeah, I like that one too.
You forgot something.
Yeah, I did one first.
No.
We did that one?
All right, sorry.
That's okay. If you didn't, did any part of your feet, do it now. So you can do these other ones with that ball, or you can grab a foam roller or the larger balls. So here at the studio, we have some therapy balls we use. We're gonna go ahead and sit on our bottoms. And we're gonna roll out our calves. So the idea here is to get your calves nice and loose. They hold on to a lot of tension up there in the gastroc. You might have a lot of, yeah, ours are like rocks, so bear with us. There might be some grunting. And so we wanna go from the bottom of the heel, the Achilles, all the way up to where your knee hits. And we're just gonna roll, just do a nice wide swath of the whole muscle, just to feel, again, listen. Now, for those of you who, at home, you wanna make sure you're grounding your palms underneath of your shoulders, keeping your chest nice and tall and keeping your core engaged as you do this. Because if we let our shoulders go, we're creating injury elsewhere, which is not what we want to do. Do this with excellence. And so as you roll up and down that calf, start to feel what your body's telling you. If you find some knots, some tension, maybe you want to stop on it. And maybe you want to take the other leg and gently place a little bit of weight onto that spot. You can also go side to side. Listen to what your body's telling you. If you've got some spots, find them and put weight into them. Now, if for some reason you're not getting into that spot enough and you don't feel like it's being productive, if you have a book, a yoga block, something you can actually put underneath and raise this higher, it will allow you to get down onto it more. You can also move from the hip, rotating side to side to get on each side of your path. 10 more seconds right here, so get out any of those last ones. We're gonna move on to the other side. If you have those teeny tiny balls, you're probably digging deep into that muscle. Roll with it. Remember, you can always pull back a level of intensity. All right, and then while we're here, roll that ankle, point and flex, feel some flexibility, movement in the ankle joint that comes from having loose feet and loose calves. So we like that. If you want, you can ground your heel, gently grab on your big toe and little toe and pull back. You might feel that stretch in your calf and maybe a little in your foot. Just tread lightly. And release. All right, let's move on to the other side. Put it on the other heel. All the way up. Don't forget to breathe and don't forget to check in with your core. If your core and your shoulders are starting to get tired, you can always go to this horizontal motion, moving from the hips. This particular side, I have some very, very, very specific knots. I'm going to hold on them. You keep moving for your body. Listen to what it's telling you. So all of this is our prep work to get into our strength. So when we get into some of our strength moves, we're going to feel confident that our body is rolled out and that our fascia is loose and that our muscles are ready to work in alignment the way they're supposed to. All right, about 10 more seconds here. Get to that last bit. I could stay here forever. I'm sure some of you feel the same, but we have to keep moving because we only have an hour together. So next, we're going to go ahead. Actually, before we move on to our calves, let's get that point and flex, get your roll. If you want to get a little stretch in, drop that heel, grab behind your toe and big toe, little toe, and gently pull it towards you. Breathe. All right. Now this one may be kind of sensitive for a lot of us who have tight quads. So we're going to roll over onto your belly. We're going to place the ball, the foam roller, whatever you have down, and we're going to place it at the very top of your knee, not on the bone, but where the muscle starts. You can do this from a plank position here, but you'll be using your core the whole time as you roll, or you can use your other leg as a kickstand so that you have a little bit more ease. And as you roll up and down the quad, you're going from your knee all the way up to your hip. Take note. I don't know about you, but I got clunk, clunk, crunch, crunch. Lots of tension in there. You can move in and out of the hips, so you can side to side on that quad. You're going to start to get into the IT band and into your adductors if you start to teach your hip out to the side. You could roll for hours and still find new things to roll. So while you're there, if this rolling up and down, if you're finding a spot that you want to pin on, and then you can, let's see if I can show this to the side. You stop on a spot, then you can move up and down, heel reaches for butt, as you, yeah, like that, ooh, baby. So you're feeling that ball digging into that muscle. I promise you it's worth the discomfort if you can get through it. Use your breath. Remember, lean into discomfort, go away from severe pain. 10 seconds on this side and then we're switching. So get whatever else you need out. Sometimes in class we move on to glutes now, and that's always a good one. We're not going to do that one today, but you could add that to your rolling repertoire. Slowly using your hands to push yourself back up, release yourself from that, and let's find a child's pose just to feel the difference again. We want to remind ourselves how good this feels to do. So if you get to come in your child's pose, you can feel more tension in the leg that you did not roll yet, just above your knee. Whereas hopefully on when you did roll, you can feel a little bit of relief. This is the release part of the class, in case you didn't figure that out. Coming back up, we're going to grab balls or foam roller or water bottle if that's what you're using at home, and go at it again. Use your kickstand or in your full plank, whatever feels good for your body today. And start that quad process all over again, up and down, up and down. How does that feel for you?
Good.
Does it feel okay on your wrist like that, or do you want to be on your elbows?
That's fantastic.
Okay. Honor your body, listen. Remember, if you find a spot that feels particularly tense, you have some knots in there, you can stop and move along that muscle. Ooh, yeah, go like that. Ooh, you can also go side to side. Every exhale tells your body that you're okay. You're not in fight or flight. You chose to do this. You're bettering yourself. Give your body that peace. Remember to breathe. Exhale. 10 more seconds on this side, and we're going to move on. Using all of the nice release we've just acquired, we're going to start to move into some flowing and some strength building. Want to make sure that your balls, any other things you've brought over are away from your mat, so you have space. And slowly take that ball out. Maybe grab some water right now would be a good time, because we're going to work into our strengthening. Maybe take a child's pose. Sure. We're going to come back up to tabletop. Find palms under your shoulders, knees under hips, pull up in that belly button. Making sure that we're not here, but we're finding a nice neutral. Shoulder blades toward the sky, belly button pulls up. And we're going to go ahead and tuck back into our downward facing dog again, for the purpose of coming to a standing position. So stepping through, bring your feet to your hands, rolling up to a standing position. So we're going to work into some strengthening here. We're going to do most of the body weight because that's what we have. We always have our bodies, so why not use them and work them the way that we need them to work. So grounding through the feet, big toe, little toe even, heel, pressing into the earth, pulling up through the core, zip up that core, crown the head toward the sky, shoulder blades back and down. Let's roll those shoulders. Inhale up, exhale, shoulder blades back. Good. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold, hips go to the back, and just allow your head to fall down. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings, and take note. Do your feet feel firmer, more connected to the ground? Inhale, head toward the front of the room, nice, straight, flat back. That's what we're looking for, pulling up here. So if I were to put a glass of milk on the back of your back, would it spill or would it stay there? No one wants spilled milk on their back, right? Just keep it nice and strong. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to step back to a plank. Find a nice, tall, strong plank because we're going to come back here. So make sure it's good. Palms under shoulders. Heels to the back of the room. Squeezing those glutes super duper tight. Super tight. And then shifting back to your downward facing dog. If you have a yoga practice and you would like to move through your vinyasa, you can lower your knees down and then come down with elbows by your side and move back into your down dog as you choose for your practice today. We're going to down dogs. Now we're going to go ahead and work in some of that stuff we did earlier with this strong foundation of a nice released body. Weight into your left foot, big toe, little toe even. On the mat, we're going to lift that right leg, heel to the back of the room. Or left leg, doesn't matter, whichever. Heel to the back of the room, toe faces the ground. Your headlights are facing the earth. Squeezing up to the belly button. Shoulders are away from your ears. You lift that heel just another inch. Just enough, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Squeeze that back glute. Beautiful. Now bring that knee into your elbow. Same elbow. And push back. Good, beautiful. And then opposite elbow. So if it's your left leg, you're bringing it into your right elbow. Good, push back. This time coming to the same elbow. Good, push back out. Beautiful. This time we're going to bring that leg through and plant it between your hands, finding yourself in a nice long lunge. So that foot is planted, knee over heel. Don't worry, on that side, I have to do the same thing. This one comes through, the other one not so much. Big toe, little toe, even again. This is your foundation on the earth. Use it. Heel firmly planted. Press into that big toe. Find your strength. Hinge up by holding here. Pressing into that back heel. Pull tight. Hold, hold, hold. Belly button in. And we're off the earth, right? Fingertips. And if you are ready, hinge up to a crescent lunge without momentum. Beautiful. Now, hands can be here at heart center if that feels good for you. But either way, shoulders are back and down in their place in their back pocket. Pressing into that back heel, pulling up in the core. We're stable here in our hips, right? So we don't roll the hip out to the side. It's firm. Ankle and knee are in line in the front, shoulders are back, hands can be up, but no matter what, shoulders in the back pockets. Very good. And frame that foot again. Good job. Taking that foot out and placing it back with the other one. Through your vinyasa, if you choose, which would mean you're coming forward, keeping those elbows by your side, bringing your chest down first, coming up into your cobra or your upward facing dog, your choice. What feels good for your body today, and then tucking either through tabletop or going straight back to downward facing dog. Whatever is good for your practice. Then we're going to lift that left leg. So weight is in the right. Matt, you're going to lift right because that works. And then heels facing the back of the room, toe down, headlights facing the earth. We're going to bring knee into elbow. Firm, strong, controlled. And the opposite elbow. And the same elbow. And then go ahead and bring that foot through and plant. Help it up if you need to, no shame. Again, firmly planting that foot. Good job, Matt. Big toe, little toe, heel, firmly planted, lifting those fingertips off the mat so you're all in your core, pressing that heel to the back of the room, gently hinge up. Hands can come up to the sky or shoulders in the back pockets, squeezing that back glute, pressing that back heel. Hips are square. Beautiful. Very good job. Hands can come to heart center if that feels better. Very good. And then we're going to frame that foot again. Coming back down, shifting back into your plank, your knee in gently. You can almost drag it along. If you need that reminder that we're not flailing, we're gently tapping and pushing back. Tapping and pushing back. As you do, we're holding in the core. Shoulder blades remain in the back pockets. So we're not keeping your shoulder up on your ear. Beautiful. Good. Keeping that core up. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Coming back to your child's pose. Knees come down, either out to the side or together. Find yourself a nice child's pose. Nice, comfortable place to be. Take a couple of deep breaths. Relax. Very good. Okay, now we're going to move into some squats and lunges sequence. So we're going to be transitioning between them and getting in the same positions, but this time we're going to actually add in some movement with them. So from your child's pose, come back up into that tabletop. We're going to tuck toes, come back to down dog. For the sake of stepping our feet up to the front, hang out here for just 1 second. Maybe you grab onto your hands, and we're going to come into a squat position, or in yoga called chair pose. So we're going to, from here, bend your knees deep. Let your hips come back, and your knees stay over your ankles. And we're going to lift those hands up toward the sky for a chair pose. Now, shoulders are in the back pockets, belly button's pulled up. So what we don't want is this, right? Want to pull up in the belly button, tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes, and if your hands feel more comfortable here, and that's how you're able to maintain this, beautiful. Press into the earth, pull up in the core. Press into the earth, pull up in the core, shoulders are away. Now we're going to move through it. So press into the earth to rise your hands to the sky, and press into the earth to come back down with airplane arms. Now, if you have weights and you want to add them here, it's totally safe. You can push up to the earth, into the sky, and push into the earth to come back down. Just move through that gently. Feel how everything in your body has to line up in order to get up and to get down. Hold here, hold tight, pull in through the belly button, chest is tall, shoulders are back, hands toward the sky. Just pulse those hands slightly. Good work. Press into the earth to come up and shake it out. Good work. All right, now we're going to bring our feet to the width of the mat. Or if you don't have a mat and you're doing this at home, just wider than your hips for traditional squats. If you have weights, you want to hold on to them, great. You can hold them here at heart center. You can also add some bicep curls if you want to do that while we're doing this. We're gonna keep hands at heart center and focus on really just the bottom, hips down. So grounding those feet, bringing your hips back, knees come over the ankles or middle of your foot, not over your toes. So we're never going here, right? Always stay back in that spot. And if you can't get down far, that's okay. Stop before you come back up. Now pull in the belly button and push up. Down, squeeze up. Squeeze those glutes at the top so much that you get a little twitch at the top. Squeeze. Down and up. Good. I don't know what kind of music you guys are listening to at home. If you've got your bumping music, good. Get into the rhythm. As long as you take it with control. We're not flailing. We're using every muscle along the way. Squeeze. Good. 3, 2, and 1. This time, as you come up, shift all the weight into your right leg. Ground through, big toe, little toe, heel. Nice athletic bend in that knee. And we're going to bring the other foot over and just put your toe on the earth. Now, if you're feeling feisty today and you want to do this with your leg lifted, go for it. As long as you can maintain excellence in the foot and in the core and in your glutes. So, bottom foot grounded, knee lightly bent, back glute squeezed, foot on the ground if you prefer. Hands up. If you have weights, you can hold them here. Down and up, single leg squat. So here's what we're looking for. Down, squeeze up. Now, the knee that you're on never goes over your front toe, right? This other knee doesn't matter. It can be wherever you want it. It can be up, as long as you're maintaining that core and you're keeping that in your glute. Squeeze on the up. Make that glute work. Hold it tight. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch to the other side. Slowly up. Switch. Ground in that foot. Find the spot you want to be and go. Keep crack. How's that feel for you? Good. Squeezing that glute. Beautiful. So sometimes with our big trunk muscles, we can have one side that's particularly stronger than the other, and the weaker side is going to allow the stronger side to carry us, right? So sometimes when we do these single leg things, it's specifically to get that one group of muscles to say, hey, left side, you're slacking. I need you to catch up to the right. Maybe you do a couple extra on the side that you feel may need a little bit of help. I am not counting, so I'm going to guess that we have 3 more. Don't you love it when instructors do that to you? 2, and 1. Good work. Shake it out. Grab water if you need it. We're going to move into some lunges. So from where you are, we're going to take a nice deep step back, but not so far back that you're in a crescent lunge like where we were before, right? So we're not going here and down and up. We're going to a nice, reasonable lunge. So you just take a nice natural step back. And the goal here is down, squeeze up. So feet are parallel to each other. Knee is over the bottom ankle. Front foot is firmly grounded. And this knee never comes over your toe. It's always just going up and down. It's not forward and back. So note how you're doing that. Pick a leg, start with any leg, doesn't matter. Just remember which one next time, okay? Shoulders back and down, hands can be by your side. If you have weights, you can add in shoulder press. You can add in bicep curls. We're gonna keep hands at heart center. Down and up. Squeeze that glute, keeping those hips stable, square. Good, down, squeeze up. Beautiful. Squeeze up. Every time, pretend like there's a puppet pulling you up toward the sky with that glute, not pushing up from the earth. You are pushing, but you don't want all of your strength to be in the push. You want to be squeezing yourself up. That's the muscle engagement we're looking for. 3, 2, and 1. Step forward, shake it out. Beautiful. One more side. Whichever side you didn't do, step back. Find that nice positioning. Check in, make sure your bottom Your front foot, big toe, little toe, or even. Big toe presses into that earth so you have nice stability. And come down and up. Arms can be wherever are comfortable for you. Down, squeeze. Down, squeeze. Start to lose your balance, firm your foot up again. Squeeze, use those glutes. Beautiful. Squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Shake it out. Come to the top of your mat. Very good. Let's go ahead and find the top of your mat again. Big toe, little toe into the earth, shoulders back and down. Find that nice, strong standing pose again, your mountain pose. Shoulders inhale to your ears and exhale away. Listen to your breath. That was hard work. So let's try to ease our body by giving ourselves some calming breaths. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale out. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Very good job. We're going to do one more strength work session, and then we're going to go ahead and move into our release and stretching part of this workout. You ready for that?
Yep.
You down?
Yep.
Good. All right, inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hold. Find that stability, and then exhale. Plant those hands, step back to your plank. Holding here, find your tall plank. Sorry guys, I know some of my regulars who just love this. So, we're gonna do 2 things here. Shoulder taps and push-ups. Elbows in and elbows out, okay? So, if you can hold your plank strong, and you can shoulder tap from here with your butt down, with a strong plank, and you can keep it without doing this, side to side and rocking, great. If you can't, and you feel uneasy, come down to your knees, keeping your butt down, so you're still in a plank, and do it from there. The idea is to hold in the core. Pelvic floor, belly button to spine, strong, controlled. Then 4 push-ups. If you want to do them from here, elbows in. Great. If you want to bring knees down from there, that's okay too. And if your push-up isn't there yet, that's okay too. Think about going as far down as you can with control and then pushing right back up. That's how we get strong, and that's how we get to our push. Stop where you can do it with excellence. After those 4, we're going into our 4 push-ups out to the side. Hands are by your chest, not up too high, so watch for your shoulders, right? We don't want them up here, we want them down here. And then chest comes to the ground first and push back up. Chest and push. On your knees or a full push-up. Whichever you prefer. Use your breath. I like to think about my exhale pushing me away from the earth. Very good. So we're going back. Shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 push-ups with triceps. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 4 wide push-ups. Hands out, mat width, down and back up. It's okay if you're cursing me right now, I understand. Cursing myself a little bit. And then find yourself a child's pose. If you're still working through that, we were just doing 2 sets. Shoulder tap, tricep push-up, regular push-up. Good work. Slowly bringing yourself back up to a tabletop position and then around to a seat. So that your bottom's on the ground, we're gonna go ahead and put your feet out gently. It's like your toes are just touching the earth. And here's what this is gonna look like. Toes on the earth, knees in an upside down V, knees, hips, body in a V, coming back to 45-degree angle. Pulling up through the pelvic floor, belly button to spine, shoulders up so that your chest is up, Shoulders back and down, your chest is up. Hands come up into here, and then we're gonna slowly come down. 4, 3, 2, 45 degrees, and then 4, 3, 2, tall chest. So 4, 3, 2, hold tight. 4, 3, 2, hold tight, chest tall. Check in with your body. Come on back down. 4, 3, 2, don't hate. Here we go. Hold tight. Lift your feet. If both feet feels uncomfortable, maybe it's tap, tap, tap. If you're good here, the next option is bringing those knees in and push out. Now, if this feels uncomfortable for you, you're losing your form, come back a level. For me, taps feel real good. I can do that by keeping my core. But when I start to move like that, I start to lose my balance a little bit, and it feels like you in my lower back, so come back a level, right? If this is what you got, keep doing that. And then we're gonna come back, hold 45 degrees, hands come into heart center, without touching your elbows to the ground, because that's not the goal. Just side to side, obliques, Russian twists. Pulling up in the core, gently letting those elbows come side to side. Good work. Chest tall, and shoulders back. Very good. And coming up. And take a big, nice hug of your knees. Let your back roll into a C. Last little bit of work, and I promise rest and relaxation. Ready? Hands come up to the sky. We're coming all the way back down. 1 vertebrae at a time. So this is my favorite of all the things we can do because it allows us to use every single muscle in our body with ease and comfort. So as you're laying there, bring those hands up over your head. Big full body stretch. Fingertips and toes to opposite ends of the room. Move around a little bit. Get your glutes and your shoulders on the mat. A nice neutral belly. So you don't want to be pressing into the mat and you don't want to be arching either. So bracing through the core, obliques, everything's pulling in toward the center. Your belly button is the star here. Fingertips reach to the other side of the room. Now we're going to start to bring your hands up toward a gentle tension. If you need to use your elbow, do it. Come on up over this big, huge beach ball in front of you and reach for your toes. Find a stretch that feels good there for you. And then when we return, we're going to do the same thing backwards. It's just as important. Up and over the beach ball, elongating the spine. Slowly coming back 1 vertebrae at a time. 3 more of those at your pace. Exhale up. Over the beach ball, stretch. Hold that stretch as long as it feels good for you. Inhale, hands up when you're ready. Making sure you're going 1 vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Use those muscles. Flailing them won't do you any good. I did way too much momentum there. Let me take that one again. If you need to use that elbow, just rotate which elbow you're using each time you come up and over. Good work. Bringing those knees into your chest. Finding a nice rock and roll. If you're practicing with us at home and you would like to go ahead and switch your music to something nice and calming, now would be the time. We're going to bring those knees up to 90 degrees. So we're here. Allowing those hands to come out to a T, palms face the sky. And we're going to slowly let your legs fall to one side. You're holding in the core as you release those legs. Allowing yourself to come onto your side body just a bit. And pressing that top shoulder blade that's trying to come up off the ground into the earth. Gazing over the opposite hand from where your legs are. Take a big, deep breath in. And on the exhale, imagine the length between your top hip and that shoulder that you're gazing over, expanding. Send some breath into that space. Enjoy the twist. It's not just good for stretching, but also for wringing out those internal organs, detoxifying the body. With excellence in the core, engaging through that bottom core, we're going to bring those knees back up to center and switch to the other side. Still controlling every movement. Again, that top. Gazing over. Breathing into that space, allowing separation between the hip and the shoulder. Listening to your body. Slowly bringing those knees back up. Bringing those knees into your chest. You're going to roll up again. We have just a couple minutes left for stretching. So I'm going to go ahead and get into our hamstrings because a lot of us spend a lot of time in the car or at a desk and we always have tight hamstrings. So let's go ahead and stretch them out a bit. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. For some of you, just this beginning part will be uncomfortable, and that's okay. Do what's good for your body today. We're going to bring your foot into the side of your thigh, allowing your knee to fall out here on the hip. Pressing the heel on the foot that's out to the ground and toe to the sky. You're going to inhale, and then exhale, shoulders away. And then on the next inhale, exhale, we're going to inhale. Exhale, twist your torso toward that leg that we're going to fold over. Inhale, hands high. And exhale, hinge from the hips and slowly let your chest come down toward that knee. Note that we're not rolling over onto that knee. From the hip joint, we're folding and hinging and letting the chest come toward the knee as your chest and your head stay tall. Wherever your hands fall, they fall. You may notice for me, this is not an eloquent stretch, and that's okay. If you have a full expression of this and you can fully fold over, allow yourself to fall into it. That works, but make sure you're maintaining that ab engagement in your core. Slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Switch to the other side. Bringing that foot into your thigh, allowing that knee to fall out. Inhale, torso twist toward that leg. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold over from the hinge of the hip. Chest is tall and reach. And then with each exhale, your chest is getting closer to that knee. And again, at some point, you can just let go of your head as long as you're maintaining that hinge in the hip. Let your hands fall where they may. Beautiful. Slowly roll up. One last stretch. I'm going to go ahead and lay it all the way back down again. And have you face that way. I'm going to face this way. Just say, oh no, sorry, I meant that. Stay where you are, and I'm going to face this way. Great. Thank you so much. Okay, we're all the way down. Legs are bent. We're going to lift one heel to the sky. Nice flexed foot. Allow that same foot to come over the opposite knee. And let that knee fall out to the side. Keeping those bottom hips on the earth, engaging through the core. Keeping those palms down, we're going to engage and gently bring that knee up toward your chest. We're going to grab through and behind if you can. If this is challenging for you and you have your towel close by, you can use that. A towel, a strap, anything. Both feet are flexed here. And with each exhale, you bring that knee closer to your chest and allow the top knee to fall out to the side more so you can get that opening in your head. Feeling this in your outer thigh, your glutes. If you want to add a little hamstring in there, you can straighten that leg. Now I could hold this stretch forever. And for some of you, a similar stretch, pigeon, is one that's good for you to do all the time. Hold it for long periods and then gently ease your way out. We're going to move on. But when you do come out of this, make sure you gently ease your muscles out so that you don't increase spasming. And switch sides. Heel toward the sky, ankle over knee. Open up. Bring that knee up from the core, grab through, top foot, bottom foot, both flexed. Every exhale. Allow that top knee to fall out as much as your body will allow. And that's what we're working on. Two more deep exhales. Each time you're deepening that stretch. Easing your way out of this slowly. And then we're going to work our way into our final rest. So just as in yoga, we're going to do Shavasana. Maybe you want to bring your feet out to the side, let your knees fall in to release the pressure in your lower back. Maybe your legs all the way down feels good. If you have a blanket, you want to put that underneath your knees, or if you want to be up on a yoga block or blanket under your lower back, whatever feels good for you. This is an opportunity for you to rest at the end of your practice. You want the lights off?
Yeah.
Sure. You have the ability to turn the lights off at home. Go for it.
That's good.
Good enough for you.
Yeah. Awesome.
You may fully fall asleep. So this is that opportunity to just let go. Allow your body to rest into the earth. This is exactly where we started. So let's revisit that moment. Take notice if your body feels more calm, more focused, strong, ready to face the day. Notice your inhales and exhales. Don't try to control them. Just notice. And as thoughts come into your mind, swiftly exit them out the side door of your mind. Often we get caught in our to-dos, and we forget that we are human beings, not humans doing. So remind yourself now that it's okay to just be. You, in your own body, in your own self, just being, have value. As you finish your practice today, allow yourself to think of 3 things that you are grateful for. Practicing gratitude reminds us of what we have and what we're grateful for in the midst of hard times. When things feel challenging, return to your gratitude. Be grateful for a body that carries you through the day. Legs that allow you to walk. Breath that flows naturally without your control. And a brain, heart, mind, body, soul that work together to make you a human being. And as you bring some attention back into your body, allow your fingertips and toes to move. Maybe you roll your fingers, wave your fingers and toes, roll your ankles and wrists. Welcome movement back into the body. Do what feels good for you right now. Starting to awaken to what the day has for you. Slowly making your way over to one side that feels good for you. And eventually making your way back up to a comfortable seat where we can take a moment of gratitude together. Taking a deep inhale, reaching those hands to the sky, bringing hands to heart center. The light in me sees, honors, and respects the light in all of you. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank
It was
you.
great to practice with you.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone. We wish you well. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be adding live and recorded stuff for you all the time. And we invite you to take good care of yourself and be fit to shine. Bye.
Make sure and subscribe.